Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tommy here. I'm a queer Latino trans man who living in Florida. Yo, guys, I just want to share some trans joy and some joy with you. It's a beautiful Sunday. I'm in my girlfriend's little garden that she so fervently works on, and his flowers are blooming, and I am just in an incredible mood today. I'm grateful for my life. So let's start with some things. One, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I am 46 years old, and at first I was reluctant to say how how old I was. But then I saw a comment left on another trans man's page, and the man was like 50, and a young trans person said to this particular man, like, yeah, man, I'm happy to see guys like you who are older and thriving, and, makes me think that I can also have a long life. And I was like, bro, I had an epiphany. And I was like, dude, you need to start talking about uh your age. So yeah, I'm 46. I've also been sober for about 12 years, and that has been a ride and uh its own thing, right? But let me share some trans joy for you. So as I mentioned before, I facilitate a support and empowerment group every third Friday of the month. Trans allies are welcome to come, but for right now it's mainly trans people. And for the last couple of months, it has been hard to be the positive voice in a room full of negativity, because some people's lives are really affected by the current political climate here in Florida. I mean, it was getting pretty bad. It was getting pretty it was getting bad, right? It was getting to the point where people weren't really seeing the positives in their life. And I get it. When you don't know what's going to happen and you think what's going to happen is bad, that can cause a reaction, right? A negative reaction. But there's been a shift in the political climate. And there's also been a shift in the way people are perceiving things. They're realizing the resiliency. Excuse me. They are realizing I, I obviously can't say the word. They are realizing their resiliency and their strength, even though trans people in particular are becoming a target of hate. So the last meeting that I had was just joyous. We were laughing, we were belly laughing, we were sharing in the triumphs of our lives and the good changes that had happened. And I was super ecstatic to see some of my colleagues, my friends that were starting their transition from a pretty rough start, now talk about the happiness that they are feeling now, mid transition, right? So that's sweet. That brings me so much joy. And then last night, we went to a gala with Pride Lines. Pride Lines is a youth organization down here, that provides services to the LGBTQI, things that we need. Healthcare, career placement, and things like that, right? So last night we went to a gala with some friends and with my girlfriend. We got all dressed up, and then the most happiest night or happiest moment of the night for me was learning that Pride Lines had just been given $2.4 million to start a project for housing LGBT youth that have been unhoused, right? Either kicked out of their houses, or maybe they had to run away, unsafe situations, whatever that is. But to me, that grants me a lot of joy, because that's now two places in Florida that will be serving the LGBT youth like that way. And that to me brought me so much peace, because if you don't know the stats, you know, LGBTQIA youth are usually most likely to be kicked out once their mom, dad, family unit knows that they are some part of the community. And I always find that to be very sad, You should be able to love your children no matter what, because that's what you promised them when they were born, unconditional love. So, you know, I have my own opinion about that, but I'm also biased because I'm part of the community. But I also think that, like, there are ways to exist and not agree on everything, you know? And if you decide to kick anyone out for whatever reason that isn't about your own safety, just because you don't agree or it goes against your spiritual beliefs. Yeah, a lot of things that I have experienced around me go against the things that I believe in and my values as a person, right? But I don't kick people out of my house. In fact, my personal situation, my entire life, I seriously mean in my entire life, my mom and my dad have always taken someone in, whether it's a kid who's having problems at home, like a problem child, violence, gang members, you name it, right? People that have just been in certain situations, right? I remember that one time we were helping this mother, and she had just had a baby and nowhere to go, So, we all babysat and helped her until she got on her feet, and she's good today. We helped another family that was coming over here from Panama, and those two girls now are nurse practitioners, married to very good men, have families and stuff. So I'm a big believer in helping people when they are down, right? So this for me has been, just get brought me enormous joy. So that means our fund and now Pride Lines has uh something for the LGBT youth beyond just like, hey, we're gonna, make sure you have health care and some food. It's like actually a roof over your head, which is super, super important. So I'm super happy about that. Man, I'm just happy. I really am. I've also been practicing some things in my own personal life to take care of my mood. And if you just give me a second, I'd like to share those things with you. I am a big believer that our mind creates our reality, right? The way we perceive the world creates our reality. So I've been working a lot on changing my perception of things. I'm working really on my inner strength. I realize that is going to be a long, long time, all my life type of practice. Because for a lot of my life, especially when I was like younger, I always felt that people saw the good in me and the greatness in me, but it always came with a but. you know, oh, you'd be so great, blah blah, but but, and I have some trauma around that, and so I'm fixing that. There's a book that I've read. If you ever want to read a good book, I couldn't put this one down. It's called The Buddhist on Death Row, and it's one of those things where like this man is basically in a jail, right? And somehow he creates a world in his mind that he's at peace and he can find peace, and then because of that, he has now people in his life that bring him peace. So that's a good book I would recommend you guys to read, and let me know if you actually like read it and it's cool. I've just been practicing a lot of self-care too, and trying not to let my circumstances define my happiness, right? And you could see it on my face, got a new haircut, got my beard trimmed, just started being like, hey, like, yeah, at the current moment it does suck to be a part of a community that people are constantly going after, but like really don't have any concrete reason to do so. Because I personally don't go around trying to add more trans people to my family. I want people who are actually trans to have a place to go and to feel safe at. I don't want to necessarily like have more trans people. I just want trans people to be safe. In fact, I want everybody to be safe. It doesn't only go for trans people. I want everybody to feel safe in this world. We all deserve that. No one deserves to feel unsafe and unloved and just thrown out. So anyway, I hope today, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, if you see this, if you hear this, just know that someone in this world is wishing you peace, is wishing you happiness, is wishing you love, is wishing you success, is wishing you the desires of your heart. Truly and honestly, I am wishing that for you. And if you have subscribed to this channel and you're constantly looking at this channel, I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for letting me share. And I really, really do hope you have the best day ever. Bye-bye, guys.